You can watch SeemsGoodMagic.com team members live stream at www.twitch.tv/Inez27. If you enjoy our videos, you can support us by going to SeemsGoodMagic.com, clicking on eBay store, and purchasing some singles or playsets. Thanks and enjoy. Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here for another 8-4 Gatecrash draft. Our rare is Blind Obedience, which is pretty good, but we've also got some other very, very sick cards in here. We've got Ortsoff Charm, Simic Charm, and Grizzly Spectacle. I'm actually pretty tempted to take the Simic Charm here, because then we'll be passing an Ortsoff signal, plus I really just kind of want to play Simic. Simic's one of my favorites. And we have Grizzly Spectacle and Ortsoff Charm in here, and Blind Obedience. All of these are just going to really want someone to be in, I guess the Daring Skyjack too, in Ortsoff or Demir. And Simic Charm, though not in the same caliber removal as Grizzly Spectacle and Ortsoff Charm, I think it's just a really powerful card in Simic. And like I said, we're not passing a Simic signal whatsoever. Like, Keymaster Rogue's not even really a Simic card. Hands of Binding kind of is, but I don't think we're really passing a Simic signal there, and this, to me, is a pretty powerful card. Denrova Horror would have been nice. I guess I could still take that. I actually like Nimbus Swimmer quite a bit, although I've heard some people talk some crap about it. I don't know. I actually like Nimbus Swimmer quite a bit. I think I might take it here. Denrova Horror may be more powerful, but I'd really like to play the Simic Charm, and I don't think it's that much more powerful. Nimbus Swimmer certainly has potential to be bigger, and it evades. It also has potential to be outplayed cheaper. So another Grizzly Spectacle in here, which is really strong, but let's continue to pass the Ortsoff signal, and hopefully we'll be rewarded with some Simic. Some more Simic. Wow. Well, that's insane. Can take the Slaughterhorn, which is technically a Gruul card, but definitely playable in Simic. It evolves quite a bit of stuff. It's also Scarred Guildmage, which is really good for Gruul. Not the best on the splash, though. You tend to only be able to make one thing turn into a 4/4. It's also Mystic Genesis, which is a decent card. I've actually played it before. It's okay. Slaughterhorn's a pretty underwhelming pick. I may just want to take the best card, which is the Scarred Guildmage. Potentially play Gruul, Simic, splash for these two. I think there's enough power in Scarred Guildmage where I could hedge a little bit towards Gruul, pass up to Slaughterhorn. I think it's actually ultimately worth it, because if it pans out, I'll be looking real pretty. Yeah, like I can take a Ruination Worm here, or I could take the Sage's Road Denizen and get the 3-drop. That might make more sense. Ruination Worm certainly is a stronger card, though. And I've been playing this sort of like mana rocky deck recently and kind of finding success with it. There's also Sylvan Primordial, which is pretty decent. I think I'd rather pay 6 mana for a 7/6 than 7 mana for a 6/8 reach. That destroys something? I actually don't know. It's kind of a good question to which is better. Sage's Road Denizen, stay a little more on the Simic path. I think I'm going to take the Ruination Worm, though. I just really like this card a lot. And there's a world of difference between 6 and 7 mana. Let's be realistic here. Alright, I think we actually take the Frilled Oculus over the Key Rune. Could also take the Gruul Guildgate. Frilled Oculus is a wonderful card, though. I guess we could take Simic Key Rune. It still keeps us pretty Gruul. We can splash for the Swimmer and the Charm. It also ramps us towards the Ruination Worm. Alright, and it helps with the Guildmage. Let's take the Key Rune. I really like Frilled Oculus, and I wouldn't mind the Guildgate, but Key Rune actually does make sense here. Alright, now Verdant Haven kind of makes sense to me as well, if we're going to be 3-color. Makes this easier to play, makes this easier to play, gains us some life, buys us some time. Sage's Road Denizen would be good. It's a late Ortsoff Charm. At this point, we're definitely Simic or Gruul. We have passed a hardcore Ortsoff signal, which I'm hoping people are picking up on. Alright. We can take Hands of Binding, or we can take Sage's Road Denizen. I like Hands of Binding. I do like Hands of Binding. We have an Evader. It's cool on a Keyroon, I guess. It's cool on a Rogue. Maybe we just want the Sage's Row Denizen. I like 2/3s quite a bit. But are we Gruul or are we Simic? We only have 3 creatures. I think I'm gonna take the Sage's Row. I like 2/3s quite a bit. I do really like the Hands of Binding, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. Could take the Viper, kind of like the Shark here. More evolve, early evolve. All right, we'll definitely take the Rogue here. Who is fine? Fine, fine, fine. Wow. Can take Dinrova Horror now. It's a pretty strong card. Go 4-color already? That doesn't seem that realistic. It's possible, though. I could also just take the Guildgate, open up for a black splash, but whatever. Let's just take the Horror. Get the 6-drop foils. Alright, we'll take it Totally Lost. Guess we'll take that. Hopefully you don't have to play the Merfolk of the Depths, but who knows. Interesting deck. Wow. Mind Grind, Boros Charm. We're in the Zamet Guildmage territory, so I think I'm just going to take that. Hopefully wheel a Slaughterhorn or a Snapjaw. Mind Grind is really strong, but I'm not going to pick it. I'd rather stick with this sort of Simic Gruul shell we've got going. Got both the Guildmages, which is a good sign. Here, Miming Slime feels like it's fine. We have some fatties in there. Could also take the Guildgate for the Horror, but that's a little bit greedy. I mean, I'd prefer to not have to play the Horror. We're already 3 colors, and they're kind of nightmares with these. Guess we actually could just take the Raptor over the Slime. Raptor's got a lot of potential to be good. We need some more early threats. Miming Slime's decent. Let's take the Raptor. It makes more sense to me. We could end up with a lot more Simic. Sweet. Alright, well, we can take the Flux Mage, but I think we're going to be going down the Raptor path. Let's cut this Psychic Strike, too. Yeah, let's take the Raptor. Have plenty of ways to evolve it. Flux Mage is a cool card, but I think I'd rather have Raptors. They're a little more annoying to deal with. Would really like to see some Drakewing Krasis. Wow, talk about a strong Dimir card. Consuming Aberration, pretty awesome. We're going to take the Croconura because it's one of the most powerful evolved creatures. Another Dinrova Horror too. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Passing some good cards, no doubt. Ivy Lane Denizen, we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a decent amount. I think we probably want the Zertos Swine, but I guess we could stick to Simic for now. We're only splashing for 2 cards and we don't have any fixing for it yet. I guess Denizen is the safer pick. Zertos Swine's stronger. Let's go for the safety here. Alright. Hybridization is quite strong. There's also Slaughterhorn. I really like hybridization with Evolve. You can do some nasty, nasty things. Slaughterhorn evolves the world, though, which is really good. I think because we're in Simic, we're going to have a hard time finding removal, and I like hybridization quite a bit, so I'm going to take it. Alright, get rewarded with a second Croconura, which I'm taking over Miming Slime and Hands of Binding. I really like Croconura. So we may not be splashing the red, although we still could. Still a possibility. Alright. Viper versus Charger. I like the Viper quite a bit. It evolves the Raptors. Evolves the Shamble Shark. Does not evolve the Croconuras, but that's alright. Scab Clan Charger's good too, but I think Viper's a little bit more the direction I'm looking at. So 19 playable so far. Pretty decent Simic shell. Snapjaw's good here. Not an amazing card, but certainly playable. Alright, we can take the Guildgate here. We have a couple good blue-black, maybe one good blue-black card. Okay, Riot Gear, whatever. Could play the Anemones, so I guess I'll take it. Hopefully don't have to play the Anemones, but we'll see. Hopefully don't have to play these Merfolk of the Depths, and possibly don't have to play these. We'll see. Alright, we can do Experiment 1, we can do Frilled Oculus. I think Experiment 1's pretty good alongside our two Raptors. We need some more creatures. This one's certainly a good one, a nice cheap one. Frilled Oculus is very good, no doubt, no doubt. It's tough. Prism would help us fix, but I kind of like Experiment 1. It is quite good and cheap. Evolves a Raptor. Have a lot of evolution 1-drops. Charger, Oculus. Yeah, let's take the Evolve guy. It makes sense in my mind. Could also take the Key Rune, which would open us up for our red splash. But I think I'm going to take the Experiment 1. Let's try and stay 2-color if we can. Yeah, Dracowing Krasis here is insane. A lot of good cards. Would like the Gridlock as well, but we're definitely taking Dracewing, that's no doubt. Alright, I think we just take the Nimbus Swimmer. Get a second one. So we have a good late game plan. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Cool. Well, how many green creatures do we have? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I think we want the Denizen here over the Biomass Mutation, which is actually a good card. Really cool with the evaders we have, but I am just going to maximize on our creatures. I really like the Green Denizen, possibly the strongest one. Right here, we just want to slam that pit fight. Absolutely. Over the Burst of Strength for sure. This card is just bonkers. Love me some pit fight. Wow, this is a sick pack. Second Rapid or a Ivy Lane? Third Ivy Lane? Kind of tempted to take the hybrid. It's pretty cool. And like I said, it evolves your guys at instant speed. It can do. It's an excellent potential combat trick. We have enough creatures. Third Denizen's fine, but I think I'm actually gonna take the Rapid Hybridization. We can make a cut. Maybe the Totally Lost. Actually, the Verdant Haven feels unnecessary now. That is a late Grizzly Spectacle. I think I want that. Otherwise, Devour Flesh is pretty good against this. I think Grizzly Spectacle is just a better card, though. We have a lot of creatures. Bioshift's fine. I don't see myself playing that. Or Totally Lost. We already have one. Probably don't need a second. Let's just take the Spectacle. Spell Rupture feels fine in here. Probably just want the 2-drop that evolves the world. That makes sense. Deck's relatively cheap, too, so we could make him evasive. Otherwise, Spell Rupture is actually pretty good in this deck. But I think we want the Specialist, and now I can probably just cut the Totally Lost. No, the Cling Anemones. Gone. Alright, now we can take Burst of Strength, which I think we're playing, and we can play that over the Totally Lost. Alright, Gridlock, I'm really happy we tabled that, because it's totally playable in Simic. Perhaps we don't need the Key Rune. We don't really have a ton we're ramping into, right? Nimbus Swimmers. Feels unnecessary. Take the Snapjaw. I kind of like Keymaster in here, believe it or not, just because it evolves everything and then you can bounce itself. So it's kind of like a 4-mana pump spell. Does that make sense? It should. Let's take that, whatever. Wow, third. How the mighty have fallen. No one really ever really liked Syndicate Enforcer. Everyone kind of generally accepted it was the weakest. extort card. This deck looks really good though. I really like the potential of it. Really could have used some more Drake Wings, but we've got some good finishers. We have good tricks. Yeah, I'm pleased with the deck. Definitely looks like one that can take some games over. It's 18. Got these guys. Pit fight. This is 25, and that's without the key rune, which I still think we don't need. We could probably cut a Snapjaw. Probably cut the Totally Lost with the double hybridization. I think we're fine. We've got a good late game plan. Grand total green creatures for our Ivy lanes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's a good amount. Good amount of green creatures. Like I said, don't really need the Verdant Haven. We're not splashing for anything, and our only things that would really reward us. I mean, we actually do have a few rewards for it. The Swimmers, the Gridlock, potentially. Although Gridlock always hits everything you want it to. And the Zamek Guildmage. But our curve is very low. So I think this is about where we want to be. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. We look good on the evolve front, right? These guys evolve everything. Snapjaw evolves everything. It looks like we can get our guys to 3 fairly easily, which is pretty much all you need. Anemones would be fine too, but I don't see myself running it over any of these guys. Incursion Specialist still hits most of my creatures, even after they level. So I think that's fine. I guess it doesn't level Krakenura, but we're a little bit short on 2-drops, believe it or not. Alright, I think I'm going to run it like this. We have enough mana sinks with these 4 cards that I think we're justified in running 17 lands. Pretty even split. And we didn't get any gates to support what we're trying to do. What do we want to be? Slightly more green or slightly more blue? I guess we have more blue 1-drops. So why don't we err on getting that Raptor out first? But like I said, yeah, this deck looks pretty good. We've got, can separate our removal out, take a closer look at it. Tricks and removal. Yeah, I mean, our tricks and removal look very good. Our creatures look very strong. I'm happy with this. I think this is going to work just fine. Key rune would be fine in here too. I don't see what I'd want to cut for it though. Just for ramping the swimmer. Yeah, this deck's fine. I'm going to run it like this. Alrighty, see you round 1.